here we go. It's the Niners again, right? And so how do you think that matters in any way, shape, or form before Super Bowl 58 is a rematch, Mitchell?
I think it gives both teams extra motivation. Not that, the counters, why do you need extra motivation in the Super Bowl? But again, we talked about mentality-wise and kind of using everything that you can. From the Kansas City perspective, they want to show that the first Super Bowl was the way it was supposed to be. Obviously the 49ers felt like, they were kind of controlling the game, not had the game locked up, but were in control of it in the fourth quarter, get the interception. And, potentially if a offensive series or two goes differently, they can bleed out more clock and win the game. So Kansas City's perspective, we want to show that we're still the dominant team, that we're going to beat you guys again, and that we deserve this, and we own the NFL. And from San Francisco's perspective, they're trying to make amends for, 5 years ago. They're trying to prove that this incredible team they've built, I think 4 conference championship appearances, now 2 Super Bowls in 5 years, that they're as good as everyone has said that they are, and that they can prove it in the playoffs. And in an interesting way, you could look at Kyle Shanahan's career as a coach right now and compare it pretty similarly to Andy Reid's in Philadelphia, where you look at 4 championship games in 5 years. He's now in his 2nd Super Bowl, and maybe some late game clock management stuff. Maybe there are some decisions that you would like to take back, but everyone knows is a great coach, has had a ton of success, but hasn't won the big one. And there have been some questions about, how you do it in the big moments. And so, they've got a lot to prove, and it's going to be a really fun matchup.
All right. So what is Mahomes going to perceive as a slight here? I mean, because we're the next 2 weeks is just going to be Mahomes-a-palooza. You know what I'm saying? What could possibly be now construed as a slight, do you think?
So I don't think he needs that every single time. Okay. I don't think that he needs to find one to go into a game, but the motivation is, I'm going to prove that I'm the best quarterback. I'm going to prove that I'm the best guy that's ever done this through 6 years of my career. And, there's all the talk of Mahomes and Brady and comparing the stats and comparing the first 6 years as a starter. And, I think he just is going to want to prove himself, and he's going to want to get that hardware. And, he has aspirations of being the guy that everyone talks about in football lore and football history as the greatest to ever do it. So if San Francisco says something that, they shouldn't have said in a presser, then I'm sure that will be used from the team perspective that, hey, they think they're better than us, or hey, they think this. But going into the matchup, I think he's got all that internal fuel, all that internal fire to prove himself and to keep showing what he can be on, a historic kind of larger scale level.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.